What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword. 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 Sword.
Ole, listeners!
Welcome to the podcast.
To
Hey,
the
welcome to the
Nutsplorer.
podcast.
We're out here celebrating Cinco de Mayo, but we're celebrating it like a half birthday. So it's 6 months early.
Dia de los Muertos was pretty recent, so we could be celebrating that.
That's true. We're a multicultural
you say that again?
podcast here.
Dia
Like
de los
really?
Muertos.
The Day of the Dead.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Got a lot of dead people to talk about on this podcast.
Eight to be exact, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was up to 11, but
Is it?
I don't know.
Damn. Travis Scott pumping out jams after the concert too.
Yeah, at
They
the
pumping out
satanic
bodies.
summoning ritual known as Ashtroworld. That's the hot take on the internet, anyway.
I wonder if anybody had in their bio play Travis Scott at my funeral.
I hope so, dude.
Oops.
Yikes.
All right. So, for or against?
I'm in the against camp.
Okay.
I was in
I
the
don't-
I'm in
is
the
anyone
against
in
just
the
because of the
for camp?
video we watched.
How are you against it though?
So fucking. Didn't he tell people to mosh until they got hurt?
That was at a
He's
different
told
show,
people-
but yeah.
He's told
Yeah.
people to jump off balconies, and there's a guy, like multiple times, mind you, and there was a guy who broke his legs and is paralyzed permanently because he jumped off a balcony when Travis
right.
Scott told him to.
Hot take, not Travis Scott's problem.
Agreed, but he should not be telling people to do that.
Yeah.
It's just a hype thing.
Because then
dude.
the crowd gets behind it too, and then there's thousands of people being like, "Yeah,
Okay.
man, do it, jump off."
When the
They're
guy
all
with the
fucking hammered
microphone
on
drugs.
just
drugs.
yells
Here-
and points and tells you to
here's-
do something.
He
Here's
does
my
have
co-
power, yes.
Here's
Yeah.
my counter argument. Every goddamn metal concert that's ever exists is like make a wall of death and then literally go into each other.
They
and
did
kill
ban
each
that
other.
at
But they're not
Wacken,
jumping
though.
out
Yeah.
of
But
balconies.
what I'm saying though is, nah, I don't give a shit what the guy up front said. You jump off a 5-story balcony, that's on you.
Yeah.
It's on both. He instigated it, and no. It's completely the person's fault for jumping off, but also he's watching his idol, right? Like the guy he looks up to, Travis Scott's his hero or whatever's at his concert. Finally, got tickets, and then his hero says jump off a building, and he's so caught up in the moment, possibly having some drinks or whatever. I don't know what
Yeah, or
happened.
drugs, yeah.
Yeah, or drugs,
I've had
whatever.
a lot
And
of
so he
drinks
takes
a
that
lot of
and jumps off a
dirks, and I've
building.
never thought like, damn, right now's a good
Okay,
time
hold
to
on.
kill myself.
Well, I think
but-
couldn't he face charges for that even just because there was like verbal, hey, do
Well,
that?
that's the
He's
question,
been
I
sued
suppose.
My
before.
thing
No,
is,
there's
he's
no
been
fucking
sued
way
multiple
that
times by
holds.
people who do shit
we
like that.
can't just moderate the world for the lowest common denominator of human being that will do anything they're told.
Yeah,
That is true.
that's my.
But also when Travis Scott is up there and is going, yeah, kill yourself, yeah. It's got that beautiful auto tune coming through.
Did he say kill yourself? I just started humming. Okay.
He was shouting it to the world.
Just-
No, but it was really weird.
melody
We
of
can
it,
probably
yeah.
put the thing up really quick. I don't know if the audio would come through, but like when he's seeing a dude getting like carted off by EMS who's either unconscious or dead, and he's just standing there going, yeah.
What was the attendance?
Yeah,
Way too many.
200,000.
Is it?
What?
That's the number that I'd heard. Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
again, take another hot take here. This part of watching it happen, I like these big festivals. People get carted off in ambulances regularly. If you stopped it for every goddamn person
take
that
away
had a
his word on
seizure
that.
in his concert, there wouldn't be concerts that size because it'd just be a bunch of pausing for the one guy
Okay.
who took 30 points of Molly. And it's
Okay,
like,
but I bet you 11 people don't die regularly at a festival.
I think it's like 3 or 4.
I doubt that.
But it's
Not every-
this
I-
one
this
is
is
like
one thing.
qualitatively different though because it's
Yeah.
the crowd. I mean,
Crowd did it,
presumably that led to their death. Now you were hearing something, Elliot, about like possibly some fent going around or something, but
Yeah,
that's
what was
what it
that?
is.
What was that about?
that was Ben, I think.
Yeah,
If-
Ben brought
Ben,
that
what did
up.
you hear?
Yeah, I just heard that I know that there was reports of one of the security guards got hit with a fent needle, and like passed out, and they resuscitated him with Narcan. And it sounds like some of the other deaths might have been from that too.
What a fucked up thing to do, dude.
By fentanyl, needle, we mean a stim shot.
Yeah. You'd be golden in COD, but
Yeah,
he wasn't playing COD.
That's what's in the stim shot. All jokes
we're,
aside, yeah, that's really fucked up though.
We're the good young kids, you know. Instead of going out to Astroworld and dying, we're just killing each other in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Exactly. God
You
bless
know
COD.
which Travis Scott, his concerts aren't all bad though. Like I saw one on Fortnite that no one died in.
Well,
They
not
should
sure
keep
we did
doing
have
that.
the Fortnite one, yeah. He should only be allowed to perform in Fortnite from now on, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about that. There's definitely some 12-year-old who saw that and then was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Astroworld," and he probably died. You know,
14
he's
and
probably one of the ones
16,
that
two
died.
of them
So he
died.
probably saw the Fortnite concert.
That's
then.
sad.
He's like, "I'm
That-
going to Astroworld."
That's super sad.
Yeah, it
It's
is
It's also
sad.
just like way too many people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but so I mean that's.
but
I
I don't know. I
thing.
haven't seen. I only saw that one video of like the person in the crowd, and like, I mean, I've been in mosh pits, but like that's gnarly.
Yeah,
Well,
That's like
there were
getting locked
multiple
in.
warnings that like not only was the crowd like enormous to begin with, but that they also like event promoters and Travis Scott were trying to make it so they could get more people in
correct.
because they,
fine.
you know, didn't want anybody to get left out or they just wanted a massive crowd, etc.
I mean that's a revenue thing for 2020.
sure,
Live
yeah.
Nation took on the most debt they've ever had in the world, and now it's we need to have as many people buy these tickets as humanly
Yeah.
possible. All the places do. It's not just concerts. Like any outdoor event, like a ski hill near where we live, Afton. They said you need to reserve your tickets online if you want to go because we have a limit due to COVID. Well, if you ever went during the year of COVID, Afton had more people than it's ever goddamn had in its entire history at their hill during that time. But there was this fake limit on it.
Really
Yes.
weird.
I mean,
thought
it's-
it'd be come down to like a permitting thing or something.
So if you're in a bigger city, there would be real ones. Like the NHL was like the most strict, and it was, hey, one person every 4 seats.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you are not in a main city where it's just a facade or like just a show, it was tell them it's limited, but there's no goddamn limit.
Yeah, it's a great it's a lie, but it's a great tactic because if you were on the fence about taking your ski trip and you see that the tickets are limited, you might just buy them because you think you're not going to get the chance.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's super schemy, but
capacity restrictions are always kind of a meme, though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there were not really a whole lot of things tied to super spreader events like sporting games and stuff. It's usually like people are in like a conference where they're in one space for like hours and hours and hours at a time.
Yeah,
Yep.
like a confined space, and because that's all like fire marshal like legality kind of shit too. Like having that many people in one, like if you go to an indoor concert, you know they have a capacity, obviously.
yeah, and I've been to two
But like,
recently.
I'm guessing this Astroworld was an outdoor, obviously.
Yeah.
Dude, the insides don't have restrictions anymore either.
Really?
The past 2 I went to, one in October
guess
and
I'm
one in
thinking
September.
Venues
Early
like bars,
September.
like bars/venues. Because
Like-
I go to very small shows.
Yeah, but like, have you been to one recently?
No, I mean,
Yeah, see, if you go to one now, they're packed more than they've ever been in their goddamn
Yeah.
life. Like,
well,
they're
because people want to see it.
people want to
mainly.
see it, and the company is like, we've been broke as shit and near bankruptcy for
But
the
yeah,
past
but
year.
Pandemic's over,
pre-COVID,
bitches.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like pre-COVID mentality is like, yeah, you have a certain amount of, you know, you can only fit so many people into a rec center.
Yeah. But now it's just, all right, we remember those rules, but is there any way we could squeeze a little bit more out? And that's what everyone's doing right
Yeah.
now.
Speaking of COVID rules, I think I just read that in California, they're about to enforce an actual mandate that you need to provide proof of vaccination for a select number of public events, like going into, I think, like coffee shops or other venues, you need to actually, by state law, provide vaccination proof.
I believe it.
But it's no longer enforced by each individual business. It's now the government is telling you need to provide this.
Yeah.
But then, of course, it still
sounds like
puts the
California.
individual business owners in the position of being cops.
Right.
And it sucks because I bet most of them don't actually want to be in that position.
Yeah.
Well, California can make a bunch of money by just sending cops to random places and checking. And if you're in the building and don't have your vaccination proof, they could just ticket you.
I suppose.
And I've seen videos online of this before, so this might be biased because like I don't have any real thing to like compare it to, but I've seen videos where like in San Francisco where the homeless is high, there's like a Walgreens where a guy just walks in, fills a cart with shit, and just walks right out with it. And there's 3 employees watching him, but they don't want to do anything because they're like, oh, a homeless guy. I'm not risking my life for my minimum wage job to stop this homeless
They're
man.
instructed not to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
They basically more or less decriminalized shoplifting in like that county and everything. Yeah, so you've got all of those fun outcomes.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Yes.
It makes sense to not intervene for sure, but like to just not do anything about it.
Well, yeah, they don't prosecute. That's basically what it is they don't prosecute for under like, I don't remember the amount, $750 or something.
Yep.
So it's just basically free reign. Yeah, I don't know. I wish that I had gone to like San Francisco earlier in my life because I haven't been, but I always thought it was kind of a cool place. But now I feel like if I go, I'm just gonna, be vastly disappointed.
I mean,
homeless
cool
camps
places.
and needles and shit everywhere.
Just don't go to San Francisco.
Yeah, don't go to San Francisco.
That like if you think of like iconic American cities, okay, of course New York, but then what after New York, right?
Chicago?
Like
Boston.
okay, I will give you. I mean, I guess that counts,
Cincinnati, Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
Miami, yeah.
I think San Francisco is in the top 5, and so it's sad to say that like an iconic American city is just like going down the dump.
To be fair, the coolest part is going to see Alcatraz if you ever get the chance.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I went there because my sister was living like near there, like an hour and a half away from San Francisco, so we flew into there and just kind of walked around. There's just shit tons of homeless people, and it was awful. And like birds shitting where you eat. Like it's a pier. I mean, there was some like other kind of. There was like a old school penny arcade, which was cool.
Yep.
But then going to Alcatraz and like walking through Alcatraz, that was the coolest part.
I believe it.
But other than that, I wanted to get the fuck out of there and never come back. I was like, I've seen what I needed to see.
People are swimming out to Alcatraz.
Dude, it was like, I mean, it was like people, like, just, there was one guy dressed up like a bush, like a homeless guy, and he would scare people.
Like a ghillie?
Yeah, awesome. But like with a plant coming out of the top of his head. Like, so he would sit there real quiet and then like scare people. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. Just don't, that's.
Who's afraid of a bush though?
Well, no, because you don't know he's a bush,
you,
and then he jumps out at you, and you're like, "Holy shit!"
Cheap scare. It's a cheap scare.
He was pretty good at it,
shit.
But it's like the middle of the day.
Recruit that guy into like a YouTube video, and then they can both make money. And that'll solve his issue, solve the other issue,
and then he eats him after. He's homeless.
I kind of hate all those YouTube videos.
Now,
where
Charles,
you see,
not all the homeless are cannibals.
Where you see like a YouTuber going around like dropping $20 or whatever in front of a homeless guy and then seeing if they give it back. It's like they're not doing it for the homeless. They're doing it for their own fucking views. They don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna take another hot take here.
Boy.
Let's say this guy, let's say his YouTube channel is based off that, right? Okay. And this YouTube guy makes, let's say he's worth $1 million. And all he does is drop 20s and 100s and occasionally $1,000 video in front of homeless people. He's using it for a selfish reason, but at the same time, he's giving money to the homeless. Granted, a good portion of these guys might not use it for the best thing.
Like go up their noses or in the arms.
Yeah. But some of them are using it for something good. Maybe not all of them, but some of them.
I like the ones
Is he a bad guy for doing that, even though
I think
He
it's
is giving a benefit.
for
From
me.
a
It's not
moral
as
Yes.
much of them being a bad. Like, I don't have an issue with someone doing that per se. It's when they go, and I'm taking this broader now to people who do this stuff and then like post about it on social media.
Yes.
I think like the people who are like going out of their way to seek approval for the fact that they gave homeless people something on social media is just kind of gross.
But
It
is
is.
that a bad so
I don't think
here,
it's bad.
hold
I think
on.
it's good for everyone involved. I just don't like them.
No, and I agree. Like, I don't like, what that person's goal is. But say it just became like a trend for TikTok on a week, and say, like, now you have 10,000 videos of people shamelessly giving money to homeless people, even though they're doing it for their own views. But now you just had a bunch of money just be given to the needy. Is it a bad thing still? Or do you view it in a different light?
Elliot,
It's-
you've just given me a genius idea. Here, you go ahead first, Charles.
I was gonna say it's just kind of scummy, but I guess it's like the homeless people are still getting money.
That's what I'm
So-
saying. Like, is there a point where if it actually caught on and became viral and a meme, even if for 2 weeks, all of a sudden you get a bunch of videos of people giving shit to the homeless for their own fucking views? Is it all of a sudden not a scummy thing anymore?
Tactical nuke incoming!
Merch alert.
Merch alert.
Merch alert.
Merch alert.
Merch
Okay,
alert.
we'll start selling shirts for the Robin Hood challenge. We'll sell it to Zoomers. We'll get a seed audience going, influencers, people who are good at TikTok,
Yep.
and then they'll start shoplifting from Walgreens and giving it to homeless people. And that's
Holy
the
shit.
Robin Hood challenge.
Yeah.
And they'll be wearing our shirts the entire time.
I like it.
That sounds
And
like
all the
we could get-
proceeds will, of course, benefit homeless people
Us.
because they're the
Oh.
ones getting the. Well, I mean, we get the money, but the homeless people really are the ones that benefit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always thinking
Thoughts?
about those in need
Yeah.
Yeah.
here at the Nut Zone.
It's really just one big charity. Our content is free to you.
Yep. But you should pay us.
You
Yeah,
should
you
never
know
please
what you
pay
value
us.
it.
I want to stop hitting still evaluate on Reaper and just pay for it.
Oh,
Honestly,
true.
viewer, that's your fault. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Hey, Charles. Buy the shirt that says, I helped Charles not have to use the trial version of Reaper.
Makes me feel a little bit more legit.
All right. Well, that's all I had on that topic. I just want to take the hot take on
The
that.
one thing I wanted to say, I do like the videos where like the really rich YouTuber will like pull up in like a supercar or something and give the guy a ride and then like buy him a meal and give him a couple $100.
Yep.
Those ones I'm like, oh, that's kind of like a pretty like big flex. But
But
it's
you're
also
not
like
just like
that's kind of
leaving them on the street. Like it's, I think
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're actually like, come in
humanizing
my
them.
car. Yeah, like we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'll like feed you.
But I feel like
Yeah.
those ones have a lot more potential to be like faked.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
they definitely do.
Yeah, because that would be honestly, we're going to talk about putting morals aside. That would be the most lucrative thing. You just give your employee the money back and bada bing, bada boom.
Dude, I would love a YouTube channel that would be that, but it's solely dedicated to when it goes wrong and the homeless guy's just fucking insane.
You mean
Giving
bum
money to
fights?
homeless guy gone sexual.
Consensual, all caps, bunch of
Yeah.
asterisks.
Or like Oblivion speak in real life, Elder Scrolls speak in real
that
life.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oblivion NPCs. Yeah.
Homeless people are just a simulation.
End of the world and people buying toilet paper. I guess they plan to shit themselves to death. I love that line so much.
That'd be
That's a
another
real person?
good.
Yeah, it's a
Another
real
good one
person.
we could do
God.
is the gang stalking challenge, where you convince people that they're schizophrenic and you get like a crowd of 50 people. We're not advocating for this. This is an idea that we're floating.
Oh, I
Okay.
like it.
You get like 50 people and you post up around someone's life. Okay, so
Flash
I
mob.
love it.
Wait,
right.
you're talking about gang stalking right
Yes,
now?
we're getting into gang stalking.
It's
What's
an
gang
evolved version
stalking?
of
Okay,
flash
so
mob.
there's this
Ah.
concept among schizophrenic people known as gang stalking, where you basically perceive strangers around you to be organized in some sort of like shadowy intent to infiltrate your life or
Basically,
spy on you.
People
Or,
you see every day you think are stalking you. So
Yeah,
if you see
because
them,
they are, yeah.
so for example, the mailman or the person who walks their dog in front of your house every day, or
The
like
guy at the gas station.
Yep, the guy at the gas station.
just a Truman Show, really.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get it
Ah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
okay.
basically Truman Show.
But we do that to people.
But we do that, yeah.
We
Yeah,
make them
for
feel
actually
like
do
that.
it.
And also on the Truman Show, he was in like a television show, so they were like set up, right?
Spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched the Truman
If they
Show.
haven't
Sorry,
watched
we'll
the
put
Truman
it-
Show at this
Yeah.
point, it's,
Yeah.
it's your
the
own
Truman
fault.
Show by
Yeah,
now.
it's on you.
Yeah.
I actually have not seen Titanic either, believe it or not.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a woman
Right.
movie.
That's
That's
a
a
one
woman
movie.
movie?
It's like 3
Woman
hours.
movie.
Like 3 hours long.
It was
It
Bruce
is.
Willis the whole time.
Absolute clam fest. Don't watch it.
I don't know if I can disagree with you. I always
I-
hear women talking about the movie and never men.
Oh, see, here's my advice. It comes on 2 VHS tapes. Just pop in the second
Yo,
one.
Yeah. Just pop in the
that's
second one.
valid. I was
Right.
gonna say
Throw away the
Braveheart
first
came
one.
with 3. I had the VHS of Braveheart, and it had 3 VHSs in it. I was like,
Was it
God, what
3?
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I feel like I remember people in middle school or around that time being very like into like Band of Brothers. I don't know if that
Band of
was.
Brothers is sick.
a
I used to
great
watch that
show.
every
Yeah.
Christmas.
That's another one I haven't seen.
That's a
I gotta
dude's
rewatch
show.
that. You need to watch that. And the Pacific's also very good.
That's good too, yeah. Band
I
of
haven't
Brothers
seen either
like,
either.
They're good.
Band of Brothers is like top tier HBO, like OG
Yeah,
HBO
100%.
content. Like, damn, people pay money every month to watch this. What a
Yeah.
crazy idea! But it was so good.
So good, but so
I don't know
bad.
why I think I would watch it. My grandfather had it on like a box set. So
I have the box set.
and I would go over to like be at their place for like holidays or something like that, and that's all I would do is just watch fucking Band of Brothers the whole time during like not Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. So I don't know. Mob movies and Band of Brothers have always been like Christmas movies for me.
Not Die Hard.
Very festive.
Yeah, not Die Hard. Wasn't a huge
Let's
Die Hard fan.
see.
Well, I mean, another one. You guys seen the Fargo, the TV show at all?
I watched
Oh,
the
TV
no,
first
I
show?
haven't.
No.
The first season is arguably the best season. I don't know, but season 4, I'm watching through it now. It's a big mob plot lines. That was made me think of it with what you were saying. But
All right, Nick, I know you got sick here recently.
I did.
Give me the
I'm still
lowdown
recovering.
on why getting COVID is the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get COVID. I honestly wanted it because I want to get it before. And this is a hot take. I wanted to get it before the vaccines turn it into some weird, super hot, like mutant virus, because it has to get past everyone's natural defenses or
Yep.
past their vaccine defenses. I did not get COVID. I just got the worst cold ever, which I
Oh.
feel like is going around. I
Yep.
am hearing more and more about this like really bad cold that's going around that isn't COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was kind of nice for part of it because, like, I was just told to stay home, and then, I'm working for home, and then you get some downtime, and it's like, oh, Call of Duty Vanguard just released, and
What
we
a thing
got
to lift my spirits.
yeah, this is a health procedure for me.
You
playing
should
Call of
stay
Duty.
home. If you're sick, like not COVID, whatever else, some bronchitis, a cold, whatever, you should stay home. Because if you're
Yeah.
not contagious, you're still not going to be feeling well enough to provide the right service for your company or clients, right? Like,
Correct.
it's just better to stay home. You're going to get better faster. You're not working the whole day.
That's one thing definitely that COVID
The
has
stigma
changed.
behind it,
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
changing for sure. It seems
Thank
like
God.
What if you need a mental health day though?
those
Bruh.
exist. I mean, I haven't taken one yet, but like if you don't want to take a full like vacation week or whatever, take a mental health day. Just stay home, get some more sleep, or watch TV, binge the latest shows.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I've definitely have woken up on a Monday and just called in and just been like, hey, I'm going to take a half day or a full day. I'll be in tomorrow. I just don't give a reason. I'm just like, I wake up, I'm like, damn, I'm so tired. I'm going to go right back to sleep.
Yeah. That's the
happens.
best feeling.
Yeah.
The best feeling is like right after you make that decision and you're like, oh my god, I can't
it's
believe I just
over.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You shouldn't need to lie. Like some people do. Well, they'll say, "Yeah, I'm sick. I got a stomach thing," but they're not sick. They just want to take a mental health day. You should just be able to say, "I want a mental health day. I'm not sick. Like I'm just staying home," and that should be
Yeah.
fine.
I'll always just say
There's-
I'm not feeling good.
There's a line you got to draw with that, though. You
Yeah.
can't just like take advantage of that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it depends on the job, right? Like,
If you're gonna be making someone else SOL based on you taking
Yeah.
off just because you feel like it, then yeah, I think you shouldn't be doing that. But
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that is one of the greatest realizations I came to, though, is like knowing that you actually don't need to give people an excuse for saying no, and like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And you just are just gonna be like, yeah, actually I'm out today, and like you don't actually need to say anything. I don't know, like I feel like as a young person you tend to think that adults need justification for everything that you're doing all the time.
agreed.
yeah.
then
Because
eventually
that's ingrained in your brain when you're young.
with school
Like,
and everything.
Yeah, school. Exactly. Yep.
And then, I mean, I figured out you don't have to go to school.
I figured it out. I
Ultimate
cracked
radio.
Charles cracked the code on that one, didn't he?
I figured out that very early.
Do you have a course I can pay for?
The dropout course.
Do you have any ebooks, bro? Can you put this in an ebook?
He's just seeing numbers in his brain. Like, wait a minute,
Wait a minute.
I don't need to be here.
I know he's got
And he
if
was
not
out.
a book, he's got an RC car he could sell you.
Oh boy. RC cars.
Cool
Are we busting into that topic? I'm down.
I don't know if I had that one on my Charles Hobby Bingo card, but
Dude, I wish that was a thing because I would work. I would never want to see it, but I would try to fill that bitch up for everybody.
Can we?
that's what
bag-
we'll have to do the
bagpipes would
next
be on it.
LAN. We can.
Can we
yeah.
off the cuff name a bunch of hobbies that we've gotten into and then out of? Is that
Are
going
we
to be
doing
too much?
Charles only, or
I was gonna say,
We can-
Any
Charles
parameters
would
you
definitely
want.
have
Yeah.
the most, but we can open it up.
Any
Yeah.
parameters you want? Yeah.
okay, guitar, fish, vinyl, audio recording.
wait, these are all
dubstep.
me,
Yeah, airsoft,
bro. Whoa,
audio file stuff,
he
computers.
says, hold it up.
All right.
Kendama.
All right, Kadama.
I still play with Kendama.
Babes.
Half of y'all got into Kendama.
Wait, are we saying hobbies that
isn't a
I did
hobby.
and then I don't do?
Definitely a hobby.
Wait,
No,
wait.
no, I'm just saying in general. You've kept some
Oh,
of these.
I've kept
them.
most of those.
Most of them. But I was just popping
No,
off.
keep going. I like this. I
I
like
like
going.
it too.
Oh God.
I know Ben had ham radio. I don't know if you got into that one, Charles, but
I still keep that bad boy in my car
yeah,
and listen
that-
to the boomers talk.
So listen to him talk about air fryers.
Boomers are great, dude. It's literally boomer shit posting that.
Yeah,
They talk about air fryers on it.
there
Well,
was
they talk about anything, dude.
there was one time me and Ben were listening to the same frequency, and one guy was like, I got one of those air fryers. He's just like in his truck. He's
Yeah.
like, I got one of those air fryers. Put some tater tots in there. Came out perfect. I like it. I was like, holy shit. This is the greatest thing I've ever
So,
heard coming through a ham radio.
Charles actually picked up like a car adapter for it, so it plugs
Hell
right
yeah.
into the cigarette lighter,
There you go.
And yeah, so I just leave that running while I drive around and listen to them.
But yeah, me and Ben got into that, but we never went and took our test to be ham radio certified so we can transmit.
No, I did the
You
I did the
practice.
coursework. Like I know the
Yeah.
knowledge. I just
You have to take a
haven't taken
test
the
for that?
test.
Because you have to be like FCC ham radio operator certified, like amateur.
What, so you like can't say the F word and shit, or
Well,
what?
because you can technically transmit on like
Restricted channels and stuff
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay.
government, military, police, or like
Oh,
fire. What have you.
I remember when we brought that up to the cabin, and that was before we had internet or cell service up there, and we wanted to know the weather, and we could get into the National Weather Service, get announcements through the ham radio. And then everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Man, that thing's kind of neat," because we got some shit for those.
called you a nerd until it was useful, you know?
Yeah, ham radios are cool. But yeah, RC cars are the new thing that I've gotten Ben and Tin into now, with one trip out to the RC track near us.
What can I say?
Oh,
They're
too.
pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
What
A lot more fun
helped?
than I expected.
Yeah, and what helped is that we met our buddy Tim out there, our new buddy. So basically, I saved this story to tell everybody else, or pretty much Steve. We were out there, and this guy was ripping around the track with like a lot bigger, like 1/10 scale, 1/8 scale trucks, and he brought out like Typhon, which is like a really fast like 4-wheel drive buggy, and he pretty much sent the point home with Ben and Tin. It was because he was jumping it really high. It was like doing 50 miles an hour on the grass. And I was like, see, this is how cool the hobby gets. So that guy did a lot of legwork for me outside of just letting him play with it.
Bro, could you build like a quarter scale one and then like sit in it and then like have your remote control? Yeah, but like the key is controlling it through the actual like handheld thing. So I think that would be really funny.
Oh no, I want to be in a Power Wheels,
Yeah.
I want to give the controller to someone else, and I sit and
God.
just see how they feel about me as a person. That's a great test of character.
It's literally just like a Tesla chassis with like a buggy, like an old VW put on top, and then you just let someone get an Xbox controller and whip you around.
Knowing y'all, I'd put a roll cage in that bitch. And fine.
I don't think you guys would kill any of us, but I think I don't trust any of you to be good enough drivers, bluntly.
I'd take you for a loop.
Yeah, Tin and Ben figured out how hard it is to drive RC
really
cars.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Guys, here's another thing we can add to the list of things we say we'll do but never do. We should go to that pro go-karting place.
I would love to do that. You set it up and I'll be there, buddy.
That's the issue, is nobody wants to set anything
this
up.
weekend.
I would love to gap you guys. Holy shit.
What time this weekend?
Saturday.
Or like what day and what time?
Noon.
We'll plan another time.
I'm going to be at a golf
Okay, when is everyone free?
I have extra life this weekend, Saturday through Sunday. It's a 24-hour thing.
Okay.
How about next weekend?
Let's try.
Next weekend my PTO
talk
starts.
About it off
the podcast.
Okay. Yeah. But in the meantime, the listeners can vote for who they think is going to win.
Well, I was going to say, I think we should flex this on listeners so they know that we have friends and they don't.
And
then we do. No, we're their friends, Ben. How dare you?
This is kind of, it's a friend experience.
Listener, I value you. And if you value me, you'll comment below and like and subscribe. Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime.
And also, if you're a female, thank you for just upping our female audience, whatever that might be.
Female, if there are any sophomore biddies out there, DM me or hit my line.
Hit me up.
Hit me up.
As a matter of fact, we can like take this into like a full Dora experience. So, listener, why don't you tell us your name?
That's a great name.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for telling us.
No, we just point and laugh at him after like the TikTok. Like all the girls like that you tell them something, and then all the girls just like start laughing and pointing.
I kind of wish real life was like Dora the Explorer, because sometimes I could use a little bit of help. I want to be able to look at a problem that I'm experiencing and just look at off in the distance and say, "Where's the map?" And then someone else will just tell me where it is, and that'll just help me get through the day.
I don't want to be constantly be told what to do, though.
It's just it's
like,
a
Elliot,
you're
not doing your job again. You're not doing your job again. Elliot, you're 10 minutes late again. I'm like, I know. Like, it's not going to change.
And your boss is that fucking fox.
I'm doing 80. What else can I do? Get off my back.
Oh, no. It's Swiper, but it's crippling depression.
It's literally everything bad about your life.
That's the millennial
Swiper,
life, isn't
no
it?
swiping.
Swiper,
Yeah.
no swiping. Depression, no depression.
Yeah.
Here's some meds.
Here, take your favorite device. This will save them away for a short amount of time.
The map is actually just Adderall.
You gotta smoke cigarettes and drink to get Swiper to stop swiping.
This is an anti-medication podcast. If you're on meds,
where's the merch alert? We have a new anti-medication T-shirt coming out that supports all Dora the Explorer watchers.
we'll workshop we'll get a quick slogan for that one.
Yeah,
we'll
tune in next
prototype
week.
out.
We'll workshop that one.
Let's make it as long.
And we'll also get the merch site online, won't we, Ben?
Yeah, I'm on it.
That's true.
And
But,
now to our
we made
sponsor,
progress,
Squarespace.
though. You know, we've got the Nut Dud Zone. We've got a link tree.
Yeah.
We got
all
Twitter.
the infrastructure. Yep, we've got a Twitter.
Plug the Twitter.
Yeah, you guys gotta plug the Twitter here. We only got 15 followers. And I've been tweeting like mad. We need more.
It's at _nut_zone.
Do it. There's
We'll
a
pop
lot
that
of
up on
good
the-
info
You have to
on
spell out underscore though.
Oh no.
it. We're up to 16 followers.
Holy shit! It
Oh
went
my
up
goodness.
one.
You could be the 17th listener.
Yep.
What if the listeners are boosting us right now?
They're not, because it's not going up.
No, but they could be by the time they're listening to this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
If we're gonna
Live
commit to the
1
Dora
week
the
later.
Explorer experience here,
we'll cut all this. They won't hear any of this.
no, we're not cutting any of this. Abrupt transition. I was gonna bring us back into Kyle Rittenhouse, but that might be too serious a topic to, close things out here. I don't know.
We could wait for the conclusion of that
Of
that
the trial.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's,
We're all
let's
read
save,
up on
let's
it.
save that one.
I don't know.
that
Do
one.
we want to talk media at all, or anyone else got something else?
What's
The
up,
only
Rob?
thing
Funny things that happened.
The only thing I didn't mention was, and this will kind of tie in with another topic that we can loop in, but Arcane is a show that Riot's been working on. And it seems like they're kind of expanding to tackle, they're doing everything that Blizzard should have done with their media as far as making movies and films, and they're working on an MMO, I think, or they could. And it's everything that Blizzard should have done and didn't. And it's sort of like these giant companies are starting to sort of tackle every aspect of the world, really. And you look at Netflix now creating games for Android, I think.
Yep.
Like, how soon will we start going to the Netflix like grocery store, right?
That's what the metaverse
Like a
is all
monopoly.
about.
Yeah.
Where I personally, I think the whole concept is still a little lame, but they want us all to be like in virtual augmented reality for working and in the game worlds we experience, and for all of them to be kind of like interconnected in a way.
Yes.
Where you can have like outfits that you'll like wear on your fucking work Zoom call that transfer over to your video game and vice versa. And I don't know, it's interesting because like they've been trying to do this sort of a thing for a while. Like virtual reality was supposed to be a big push in like the 90s, but that never really took off,
Like
partially
Lawnmower
because
Man.
the technology wasn't very good, but
I mean,
it still seems like it's out of reach for most people.
I mean, just from the company's perspective, like Netflix, it's basically, hey, they have a niche, but now you got Hulu, you got Amazon Prime, you got Peacock, you got all the competitors, so you can no longer just sit back and offer movies online. So they're like, we're going to produce our own. And then Hulu did it too, and Prime does it now too. So it's just basically what's the closest thing that's in a different sector that we can migrate to help diversify? And then if we diversify it, is there an incentive for them to stay on our regular product versus someone else's? And I think the huge companies are just starting to go more and more that direction, where they're trying to do everything and be the only thing that people need.
Like monetize an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yes.
The problem is there's
Like
good
Apple.
content. There's good content on all those different devices. Like Hulu's got some good originals, Netflix has good originals, Amazon does too. And like you can only get them from that one service. Rather than choosing one and sticking with it, I want to just use all of them. And when do I buy the Amazon, Netflix, Peacock service where it's just all combined together?
Yeah, we need the bundle.
Yeah, when you're paying another company to bundle all your other services together.
Yeah, like how cable used to be, where you'd buy the different the sports package and all that stuff. Like, there's going to eventually be just a streaming service bundle, right, where you're just buying Netflix, Amazon, HBO, Stars, whatever you want, and it's all in one account.
Probably
So
not.
we're just
though.
wrapping back around to cable.
Pretty much. I think it repeats itself.
I could see that.
Hogging up the
I think
internet
it repeats
connection, they could
itself.
pipe it straight into your house on like a different copper wire,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think and hope that history repeats itself, because like nobody wants to have 5 accounts for the things they want to watch. Like I want to have a one-click thing where I just log in and everything I want to watch. I bought Peacock recently because Parks and Rec is only on that now.
Oh,
It's my favorite show.
Peacock has a lot of good shit.
I mean,
on
it makes sense
yeah,
on like
they do, but
like the business standpoint of everything, but it just kind of sucks and kind of puts you into a vice as a consumer.
well, it's kind of like what Chromecast does currently, because we've got the 4K Chromecast. It's pretty slick. If you just, it integrates with just about every subscription out there.
Yeah.
So you can just voice search and then it'll bring you to the proper channel. Now, of course, you're still going into like that app, whether it's HBO or Netflix or whatever.
Well, yeah,
You have
Google
the new
already got
one,
your
right?
money because you're paying for the hardware.
What was that, Tim?
You have the newest one that you can actually like navigate in.
Right, that's the key. Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
I
just
didn't know
like
that was a
it's not just like the interface that you have to select from your computer, and it's all like its own box.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. Is that all one single sign-in account type thing too
No,
for the accounts?
unfortunately.
See, like, give me that, and I'm sold for all. Like, make whatever streaming service you want. I'll just get the ones that I want to use and have one account for it. That's all I want.
Or you could have advancements in like password management stuff that it logs in through your TV, like a LastPass thing.
Yeah, I suppose
That's where they can come in.
It's a good idea. It's just
The implementation would be really
correct.
Yeah.
It's
And
not universal.
The incentives are weird too, because who actually wants this other than consumers?
Yeah.
We all know consumers only get what they want if it's convenient for the publisher,
Yeah.
content creators.
True.
I don't know.
What do we think?
Okay, so quick show of hands: who here hates Mexican food and why?
Me, I think it's a little bit overhyped.
I love Mexican food.
Dude, but chili rellenos?
Yeah,
Can-
if you like getting your bunghole blown out every weekend,
Hold
you know.
on.
I
Do you? All right. Let me ask a different question. Are we talking any Mexican food like Americanized Chipotle and stuff, or are we talking authentic Mexican?
I'm talking
food?
authentic.
Oh, I'm not big on it, dude.
Yeah,
I don't
there
need
we
a
go.
goddamn plate full of shitty beans and rice.
You can only eat
No,
so much.
I don't think
refried.
that's super authentic.
That's not. I don't think it's like. Yeah,
What?
You think?
Are we
I don't-
talking
I
about
don't think
El
refried
Loro?
greens-
Are we talking saying El Loro's authentic Mexican food?
No, no. I'm saying
Street tacos?
hold on, no. I'm saying authentic Mexican places, as far as I know, you're gonna get a whole goddamn plate of refried beans and rice on the side of a burrito, and it's like, why do I want this,
That's not authentic.
dude?
Well, I don't know
know.
why that's a problem though.
Okay. In that
It's
case,
a terrible side.
Oh,
Sorry,
I like refried
if
beans.
refried beans and stuff, if that's the hallmark of Americanized Mexican food, then I don't like that.
yeah, that's definitely not.
I wouldn't
Have
say
you
it's the
guys ever
hallmark. I
been
think the
to,
taco would be probably.
Have you guys been to Boca Chica Taco House over in West St. Paul? Or is actually it's South St. Paul?
No.
It sounds terrible.
So it's this taco
He's
place.
heard the name and he's
It's this
done.
taco place inside of an old gas station.
Uh-huh.
No
Good setup
joke.
so far.
Some of the greatest tacos you'll ever have in your life.
I believe it, dude. Dude, some of the best places. I see a lot of different restaurants in the field going around the state. The best places are the little hole in the wall places you would never see. Like,
Well, that's
just
what
mom and pop shops, dude. They're so good.
where the Juicy Lucy originated, right? Was just that. If you guys have ever been there, is that what
5A
it's called?
Club, I'm
Oh,
pretty
I've
sure.
been there. Yeah.
5A Club. I think they both kind of
5A.
lay claim to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, one of them is the just little dive place, and on the topic
One
of
of those
tacos,
places was actually on Triple D.
oh yeah. On the topic of tacos and associated food, there's a place, a food truck down here called the Red Bull that does Korean barbecue and Mexican fusion. It's really fucking good.
That sounds good.
You like a
Good.
Eel
what's
sauce
what's
on
the
a
steak one? I'm
Oh,
blanking.
Outback Steakhouse.
No, like Korean
Taco.
steak. There's a
Oh.
word for it, but bibimbap.
Oh, yeah, I know what you
kimchi,
mean.
Fucking whatever.
It's like the
listeners
stuff
know
you
what I
get
mean.
at a Korean barbecue place, or where you
Right.
make it yourself. Yeah.
Get that, but then it's in a taco, and it's like
Bulgogi?
bulgogi. That's the word.
Yeah, that shit's super
It's
good.
real good.
Like a bulgogi burrito.
Yeah, I need that. I need this
Fuck
to
me
catch
up.
on more, because it's a genius concept. It's so good.
We'll throw some food porn on to make you
Yeah.
salivate, listener.
Yeah.
I'm salivating.
Wait, are our salivation cycles synced up?
Yeah, we're synced, bro.
Oh.
Plop some saliva.
We gotta end it on this.
Yeah,
right?
that's gonna be it for us, guys.
Everyone have a
Cut
good
it straight
night.
into the actual song.
Yeah.